Hi friends, today we are just discuss on language descriptive of the C sharp language. You know, once you know the syntax of the C and C++ language, then it is very easy to understand the ideas of this C sharp .NET. I think every language has its own prescriptive. Every language has its own syntax. And here our part is to get the syntax of this language. Mainly when we study any language, we will mainly focus on structure of every program. Then what about its different data types, conditional statements, loops. These are the basic ideas, basic fundamental part of this every language. The .NET language supports the various platforms to us, and in our syllabi mainly the C sharp .NET is included. So let us we will start. What about the C sharp .NET? When we think about this C sharp .NET, it is a modern language now, and that's why I earlier told once you know the C and C++ language, then it is so simple to learn, so easy for the learn. While the C++ language is object-oriented language, C language is the procedure-oriented language, and this C sharp .NET is again support the object-oriented platform. This C sharp .NET is simple, but it is modern again, and it is a general purpose programming language, and it support the object-oriented platform to us. And this language is developed by this Microsoft company within its .NET framework and the initiative led by Anders. The C sharp is a general purpose, and that's why we can develop various kinds of applications in window-based programming as well as web-based programming also. And this language is to be approved by the European Computer Manufacturer Association, which is called as ECMA, and also the International Standard Organization, that is ISO. You know very well the C sharp language is too much applicant in this today's era. Why it is? Every language has its own features. Now C sharp language has its own and strong features. So which are these features? Look at it. Number one is the Boolean conditions are included in this C sharp .NET. Automatic garbage collection is, I think, one of the most important feature of this .NET language. That is C sharp .NET. Automatic garbage collection means C sharp. That is already we study the framework of the .NET, and C sharp .NET is also well supportive, well portable with the .NET framework, and CLR will make the arrangement of the memory. So how much memory is required to execute the program? This provision is to be automatically adjusted or taken by the CLR. This is called as automatic garbage collection. The C sharp language has its a rich standard library. It is also one of the applicant feature for us. While the C sharp .NET is assembly versioning is to be available, so that's why we may write the program in assembly language also. Just like the C sharp .NET it supports the object-oriented methodology, object-oriented technology. That's why the properties and events and object, class, so all these things, all the basics are well implemented with this C sharp .NET. However, the delegate is again one of the most important features, and event management. Delegate and event management is also new concept is to be implemented, and every event is to be well planned by this .NET through this C sharp language. Simple programs we can write it by using C sharp. So this language is so simple, it is a higher level language, easy for the use. Indexers are also be available, so easily we can create the files, and the file is to be well maintained by through the index in their indexer. Conditional compilation is also possible in C sharp.net, which is the higher level of programming. Multi-threading techniques are also well supported by this C sharp.net. We can create multiple threads and it will well handled by this .net. One of the advantage by this C sharp.net is due to LinQ and lambda expressions. LinQ is today's advanced technology. Linear technology is there. And this C sharp.net is too much applicant because of integration with Windows operating system. So we can use GUI, graphical user interface, and we can develop window based as well as web based applications. So that's why the last one is too much important, that is integration with Windows program. Let us see, that is when we learn in language. Now our part is to start with the programming. So we will start with a simple program. So how to write a program to display a simple word hello. So what are the simple steps for creating the program? So you have to create the program hello world by the following steps, and these parts are necessary. These are the components of our program. So C sharp program consists of, number one is the namespace declaration, second one that is the class, third one is the methods, attributes, statements, that is the main method contains statements and expressions, while comment is also one of the parts of our program. So how to start with the programming? See, if we are using Visual Studio.net, of course the steps are so simple. You have to start with the Visual Studio, open the menu file, start with new projects. Now you have to choose the option Windows, then choose the console application because we want to start with console. So choose the console application. You have to mention the name of the project and click on the OK button. Then it will create the project for you. Solution Explorer is also ready with you for your help. Then you have to write the code in the editor, and then you have to compile it, run it very well in manner. So look the code for this program. So when we write the project, the C sharp 1 is the file name. We start with our project. The code is so simple. Try to understand the code. First one is the using system is the library file. We call it system dot something. So we call here directly system namespace. So when we write our program, one of the technique is available in C sharp.net, that is called as namespace. You reserve your area by some specific name, that is called as namespace. Give the space for this one. So I write here hello world application. In my class name is hello world. Then I got the method. I write the method static void main string arguments. Then in between these two curly bracket, I write the code console.writeLine hello world is our message. Then I write console.writeLine department of IT, and console.read key is similar like a get ch in C or C++. We write to get the input, and that's why we can view the output of this program. So you look the structure, the opening curly brackets and closing curly brackets is similar structure like C and C++. Now we will enjoy this code with the C sharp.net. How to write the code? So I have started the Visual Studio already. We use Visual Studio 2010 for this. So directly I can start it. File, new, then I will click on project. So it will automatically open. You have to give the path for this. I will give the name for this program. Suppose hello. Then you have to select the option Windows and then console application. So I choose the language Visual C Sharp. Okay, so C Sharp.net. If you want to write the program for web, choose it web-based application. Okay, so these are the various options for the Windows programming. So Windows form we can generate, we can write console applications. So these are the measurable part for us. We will first think about the console application, then we will choose the Windows form that around. So you select console application, file name is hello. Now I will click OK. Okay, so already the project name is given, hello is present. So I will use another name. Suppose example 1, Chia. So example 1 is the project name. So this is called as Solution Explorer. So whatever the files we are created for this program, we will got the list here. So here our program name is example1. So that's why the example1 and the file name is program.cs. So I will make some changes. So I give the name, suppose hello. I give the class name as suppose department, and in between this, so you think about this. So ready-made code is given to you. There is no need to write these instructions like using system.collection.generic, using system.linQ, using system.text. So these are the library files which is necessary for the console application. Now this namespace is mentioned here and I give the namespace hello. Now class already given, the class is the department is I have given here. Now in between this opening curly brackets and closing curly brackets in the main program, main function, you know very well, like in C++, there is only one main function and the syntax is already created. Now I here write console. Look this. This is also one of the supportive for us, motivative for us. When we start an instruction, at that time directly it will give the help, not necessary to type all the code. So when I start with console, so it will give, you press enter button, so directly add a console dot. Now the methods or properties are directly given. So console dot, if suppose write line, I want to write W R. Okay, console dot write and write line, these two are the methods. I choose write line, then in bracket you have to put the message. Here I write hello. And every statement is ended with semicolon. So enter this. You may also write, suppose I will write one more, console dot read key. As we mentioned, the read key why it is required. For this read key you require it is a method, no? Console dot read key. Let us we will execute this code. Yeah, so we will got the output here. So hello friends is the output for our. So this is called as console based programming. In console based programming, consoles are linked over here. So I will close it now. Suppose if you want to make some changes, okay, so I will add one more line, console dot write line, Department of IT. Okay, now enter it. So we got Department of IT. You stop like this way also. Stop this. Okay, so you want to put the another message. Now you will check if you use the right line. Simple one. Console dot write in brackets. Suppose dbj if there's any mistake, it will display with a red line, like in previous one that we displays here. Suppose here it is. So it indicate there is an error in the program. So at the same time you do the changes, you complete it. Okay, now look it. Now again we will run the program. Now what happened? So both the lines are in the same one. There is DBJ College Chiplun and Department of IT, because here we use write, console.write. Okay, you may use also like in C++, or C, we are using \n. So hello friends, DBJ College Chiplun, Department of IT. So in this way we can generate the source code and we can write the output. Write the codes and we will find out the output. Now if we think about these programs, that is, what about this program? It's so simple, like features we discussed in the C#.NET. This program is so simple, easy for the writing, easy for the execution. Once you know C or C++, I think it is the simple for the execution. So that's why you may start with this code very easily. Okay, now what about the next? If you look this program carefully, what this program contains? Yes, what this program contains? So you may write the comments also. How we write the comment? \star So we may write the comment. So we start from first using system. These are the class. These are our system files. Namespace is there. Then here is our class name. Hello. Argument. You know very well why the arguments are necessary in the main program. Function is the main function is there. It is a static method. Static, you know very well. It is a temporary. So void main, a static method. And in our program we mention whatever the code you want to put in between curly bracket opening and closing curly bracket. So this is the structure of our program. So when we create this file, basically two files are created. Save this file with hello world class in the IDE, or our class name whatever be the. This automatically compiles and it will create the CS file. It will create the CS file, and you may also create whatever the project. You may check it. The CS file will be created. Okay, so if you book the project simply, so this is our example folder is created directly, and this is our what the idea. So CS file, program.cs file is automatically created. Example file is also there, and here it is CS file. So these folders are automatically generated by the .NET framework. So these are the basically when we learn any language, just earlier I told, when we want to study any language, basically the data types. So which are the data types for this? So these are the data types. Basically building data types are integer, long, characters, doubles, string, boolean. Again system, we use the word system.out.println, system.out.print, system.print here. Math library also we use math.sign, math.cost. So these are the ready-made functions are given to us. Arithmetic characters are there, logical characters are there. Assignment operators we can use. We can use also these words, objects like class, static, private, like this way. Parsing is also available. Integer dot parse integer. So this is the library. This is the reserved words. So these reserved words are necessary for the programming. So every language have its own word. So here it is the reserved words. Now look one more program. Think about it. If we look this program, the namespace is given as rectangle. Class is declared by the rectangle again. And here we declare some variables. So how to declare the variable? Here it is double length, double width, then public void. So this is the method. This is the method. There we declare two variables, length and width. Okay. Another method is there, public double get area is the method, and here it will return. So this is a function actually, not the method, it is a function. It will return the value length star width. It will return the value. One more method, that is public method, is there. I think there is, this is called a scope of the method, public, private, protected. We discuss later on, but this is the sample for the program for getting the idea of object oriented programming. What is class, you know very well what is meant by class, what is meant by method, properties. So these things are very well. So here it is necessary to get the idea. So this is just quite one example how we write the program in a C#.NET. Let us see. We will write this example in .NET and we will try to discuss it. Just I copy this code. Or we may start new file, new project, again console application. Okay. So simply we will discuss first how to write a simple program. Suppose integer I write here a equal to 40, integer b equal to 90. Okay, then you may write here suppose a equal to a plus b. So here we put the value. we print the message a is equal to, this is the method for printing the value, comma a b equal to comma b we will do some calculation, and then we have want to finally print the figure. Console dot right line in bracket, we print the message one part is remaining. I just complete this quotation, then console dot read key, okay. Now let us, we will run this code. Now look, this a is equal to 90, b is equal to, a is equal to 40, sorry, b is equal to 90, and sum is equal to 130. So we got the output. Okay, so this is the idea for writing. You may write arithmetic calculation by using such a technique. So this idea is so simple. You got the idea how to write a simple program in ASP.NET. So this is the, we are talking about the variable types in C#.NET. So basically in C#, if we think about the data types, these are in three categories. Number one is the value types, second one that is reference type, and third one variable pointer type. If you think about the value type, so system.value type is the namespace for this data type, system.value type. So these are the fundamental data types available, like boolean, byte, character, decimal, double, float, integer, long, yes byte, short, u integer, u long, u is short. What about its value, range, default value? So this part you know very well. So we will use it, refer it in the programming also. Second category, it is called as reference type. In reference type, that is not contain actual data, we will refer it from the stored variable, like string, for example, string str, it is a reference type, is equal to what? Object, that is object obj is equal to 100. It is also the one of the data type. So this object data type, that is a reference type, which is available in system.object class. That is, reference of this data type is referred from memory locations. Now another one more thing is necessary. What about the type conversion? Now type conversion is one of the technique, it is one of the method to convert the data type to another data type. It is known as typecasting also. In C#.NET this tool is available. Now there are two forms of the typecasting or type conversion. Number one is implicit type and second one is explicit type. Now what about the implicit type? The conversions which are performed by C#.NET is type safer manner. For example, conversion of small integer to large integer, or integer to double. It is called as implicit conversion. And if we convert it by using predefined functions, conversions are to be done by using predefined. For example, parse integer function is there. At that time, it is called as explicit type conversion to integer, to sub, that is to string to integer, integer to string. So parse integer function is there. Parse integer 16 function is also available there. So it is called as type conversion. Look this is the implicit. So here what happens, value of, we display here double, d is equal to so and so. While value of I is integer. So we write here I is equal to d, but how to initialize, because d is the double data type. So just to use this, that is initialize this value in integer manner, we use this technique. So this is explicit. Now this is about the methods for the implicit. 2 boolean, convert the data into boolean manner. 2 byte, convert the type into byte. 2 character, it will convert the type to a single Unicode characters. 2 date time, convert the type into integer to string also. It's a date time function basically. Same way, floating manner, we want some answer. At that time, integer value is to be converted into decimal type. For example, to calculate the percentage, total is in integer, we want to convert into decimal. Same way, double also, to convert the double, total integer 16, total integer 32, total integer 62. See, same thing again. 2s byte to single, string. So all these are the type methods. We will convert the data into one data type to another data type. So these are the fundamental types. Again, we revise it: character, string, integer, double, boolean. These are the fundamental data types which we referred in our program, C#.NET program. Basically, variable name, the syntax is already we discussed one example, integer a, b, we can initialize declaration statement. Integer, give the data type that is integer or character which we want to apply, and these are the name of the variables. This is called as assignment statement. Also associate the value with the variable. A is equal to 20. This is equal to assignment variable. So variable is nothing but the name that refers to a value. This value is always vary. So when we refer the data types, attributes are important for us. Hello, comma, quotation L, quotation star. So we can concat also this operation by plus sign, like this one, 1 2 3 4 plus plus plus. It is a concatenation. This plus is the operator. Like this way also. Now it is a string actually, so that's why we want to concat. So hi plus Bob, that is hi Bob. 1 plus 2 plus 1, like 1 2 1. A space is given. So this is quite examples. Now we will need to find out some examples also. Already we discussed it. This is also quite one example to display. Enter your name. Now this program is for what purpose? We will collect the data from the keyboard and we want to print it. Okay, let us, we will look this code. Yeah, now check the output. I just print this code. Yes, enter your name. I put here. I enter it. Hi Sunil, how are you? Yeah. So look the code now. Here system.console write line. We put the message. Then our second is very much important. X is equal to what? So I declare X is a string. It is also one of the data types, string. So X is equal to console dot read lines, and I use here a read line. Now what about the read line? So read line is applicable to read the data to a single line. It is same like a scanf operation or C in C++. Got it? So here we use a read line operation. So here hi curly bracket we write 0, that is first variable, that is X. I want to print it. If you want to print to the same line, at that time you have to use what? 0 then 1, like this. Suppose here I enter your name, I use it from read line, then I use, suppose I use one more variable y is equal to console dot read line again, console dot write line, enter your city. So hi 01, how are you? Or you may print here like now here you use 1, and then you have to write here comma y. So in a single line, one more thing, that is when we type the variables, once you declare the variables in this list, it will also give the list which variable you want to use. So there will be no chance for the errors or to use the another variables. Okay. So x comma y. Now look the enter your name. I put here Vijay. Okay. Hi Vijay, you are from Shipment. So here's what happened. Some space is necessary. Now you will got the better result. Yes, so this is the result for you. So how we will get it? So in this way we can write simple program. So here we study the two more statement, that is string, how we declare the string data type. For that purpose you require class system.string. It is a part of system class. Second one, that is how to use read line operation and write line operation. So this part we discuss over here. We can use the different arithmetic operators also, like plus, minus, subtract, so and so. All these are the operators. Additional, subtraction, multiplication, reminder. What about its values? So these are the fundamental part, So I will try to for the next. Expressions we will put up. These are methods: math.sin, math.cos, like this, math.pi, math.max, math.mean, square root, power. Look, this one function we will discuss. What about the power function? Okay, let us do that. So here, yeah, I initialize the value integer by suppose 7. I suppose here it is 5. We'll put the value first. Now here we write a is equal to math dot power. Power function is there. Now look, the syntax is given. So look how the C#.NET or this Visual Studio give the online help to you. How it will support to you. How it will motivate to you to write the error-free code. Immediately it will say what about the function for power. What about the syntax for power. Yeah. If I say suppose power function I want to use. So power, do the syntax math.power double x double y. Okay. So power, sorry, math dot power in bracket you have to put the value, suppose a comma b. Only here I write power. Yeah, there is one error. That's why the program is not written here. Red key, right? The red key. Okay, now there is no error. Otherwise, maybe implicitly convert double to integer. We will look what happened exactly, and then we will see about the data type. No, there is need to save the file first. Yeah, the program having some error, so I take suppose double. Yeah, b is equal. No? Yes, 7:5 is this much. You just change a figure for getting the proper answer. 7:2 we will find out. Yeah, our program is correct. So in this way we can use such functions like math function, power, cos, sine, absolute value if you want to put, square root. Yeah, so this is a simple project you have to. This is for a homework for you. Create a class name something that perform the integer operations on pair of integers from command and print the results like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Already we discussed this like this. You may also just copy and paste. No problem. We discuss this program. Okay, integer number one, number two. I will just paste it. Something is here. Okay, forget it. We will just use this what 1 2 0 1 2 number 1 number 2 number 3 0 1 2. What is the message? No, only number 1 number 2 number 3. Number 1 1 comma number 2 comma number 3 not number 3 it is required. Yeah, confirm it first. Is it correct or wrong? Some want to print, no, so we print one message. Okay, is equal to Need to print the message, no? Console.writeLine. It was 6, so 6 8 plus 14. That means we got it. So same way here, we may print the another values. Product. Okay. So product sum. Then what about rotation? You want to print reminder also, you will print it. Suppose I put 89 3. So these types of output we can generate. So these are the fundamental activities for our programming. So what about the logic of the program? Is very important. Logical operators we can use and or not. These are the logical operators. True false value we can by the boolean. This boolean table, false false, true true, like this way. That is, you know very well. What about lang? That is the and operator. When both the attributes are true, then A and B is true. Or if both are false, then it is false. Otherwise, it will. These are the Boolean operators, relational operators. We can use double equal to, not equal to, less than equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal to, is equal to. So convert from one data to one type to another. Already we discussed these methods. So these are the few methods for converting. So in this program, if you look this integer dot parse, we use it casting, convert it. Because when we insert the data, at that time it is in string format. When we write the instruction read line, at that time the data is to be available into string. There is a need to convert this data into string to integer. So that's why we use it int.parse. That is, string is to be converted into integer, and that's why the result will be stored in number one. That is, we read the data in variable, it will immediately convert it into integer and it will store in this one. Same thing, sum dot to string, vice versa. To convert now integer to string, that is sum dot to string, sum dot, that product of to string, code dot to string. So these are. So here there are few expressions we discuss in what about int dot parse integer. So it is a conversion. Some exercise are necessary to convert a leap year. You know the condition for the leap year. The year is leap year if it is either divisible by 400 or divisible by 4, but not 100. Not 100. Or we may discuss also in here C# program. Okay. Just I collect it. So that's why. Yes, convert this code now. It will accept the data year in numeric. We will find out whether it is leap year or not. Look the logic for this. Accept the year into integer. So we declare the variable boolean is leap year. Is leap year is equal to year mod 4 is equal to 0 and year mod 100 is not equal to 0. That means the year divisible by 4 is exactly required 0. That means we find out the remainder, while it is not divisible by 100. Okay, we print the result. So is leap year, it is a boolean, is equal to is leap year year mod 400, which is think about this one. Okay, now think. Here I write one message. Now check it. So one more part is remaining, that is a read line. So this is the, if you could not write the read line, you will not get the result. So console dot read line, read key, sorry. And you may write also the title for the program, which is a good method. Yes, for our purpose to check leap year. Program for leap year, enter any year, suppose 19. Again I enter the same one. The year 1990 is true, it is a leap year. So it will just display what about true value. Year dot to string, already we enter is leap year. This condition is satisfied over here, that is boolean. Is leap year equal to year mod 4? So this condition. What the idea? So it is mod by 4 is 0 and 100 mod 100, that is divisible by 100, divisible by 100 not divisible by 100 and divisible by 4 is the leap year. And also another condition, that is divisible by 400. So here what happens, these are the two separate statements. Look here, it will first check it is true or not. If it is whatever the true value, again it will check true or false, this or this. You may write this condition here also, or by same way, but these two conditions or this condition. So that's why first it will check these two conditions and then or third condition. Suppose 1981, it is false, it is not the leap year. So this is the simple program for leap year. So these are the different data types: string, double, integer, boolean. So why the conversion is necessary, you know very well. Sometimes the data types may have the small one or higher one. Just to match this, we require the type conversion in programming. Compilers can help to do it correctly. Very well, compiler will carry out by the ready-made functions. And in 1996, that is when 5 rockets are explored after takeoff. Why? Because of bad conversion of types, data types. So before starting this conditional and loop statements, we will revise these things again. Try to think about the programs and do the practices for this one. So today